Hey everybody, good day. Today we're going to do some vegetables. I just want to welcome you here and I wanted to share with you my cool t-shirt. I'm not bossy, I'm just aggressively helpful. Which means, you know what? I'm the Italian mother, you gotta listen to me. We're going to eat vegetables today. Alright, so how many of you know what Romanesco cauliflower is? Actually, some people call it Romanesco cauliflower, and some people call it Romanesco broccoli. It's this. Isn't it pretty? It's pointy, it's kind of cauliflower-like, but it's lighter than broccoli and darker than cauliflower, which you all know is white. I've got half of one right here. So basically, you treat it the same way as you would any cauliflower or broccoli. So what we're going to do is we're going to saute this, and I'm going to show you my favorite way to do it. And then I'm going to share with you a couple other ways you can do it. So, of course, what we're going to do is, and it's kind of funny because I hate cutting these because they're so pretty. I don't like it to lose, so I always try to keep some of the little points. But, we're just going to cut it down the middle. Ta-da! Now look, the inside is white. All these pieces are falling off because there are all these little teeny light bulbs. So we're going to take the big stem off. It's got all these chunky leaves. Now, sometimes this is the ucky part of the stem, but you can actually slice these and almost use it like I saw it somewhere, you can use it almost like a lettuce. I've also often cut up pieces of the stem of everything that I use, and I just toss it in and saute it with everything too. So you can also kind of just break these off like you would a broccoli or cauliflower. And look at them, aren't they cute? They're like little pointy things. All right, anyway, I think they're fun looking. So I'm going to break off as many as I can before I start cutting them apart. So a lot of people, have this thing with vegetables. I don't know why, but vegetables are yummy and good for you. Now, if you have a vegetable that you haven't liked since you were a kid, there's a reason for that. You haven't had it since you were a kid. So many adults give me that story. The thing is this. If you have a vegetable you don't like, or anything for that matter, and you tell me that you haven't liked it since you were a kid, aren't these fun? Come on, vegetables are fun. Boop. Sorry. Anyway, you probably haven't had them right yet. So there's really, lots of different ways to cook things. All right, so we've broken this up into little florets. Now, if you're having company, you want to trim these little bottom pieces, make them look prettier, that's fine, but otherwise, they're edible. Now, what can you do with these? They could be a side dish, just a side sauteed vegetable, which we are getting ready to do right now. But you can also saute them and then toss them with pasta. You can roast them. I don't like steaming stuff. I mean, steaming stuff is really healthy, but steaming stuff is so blasé. So most of the time it just is so bland. You can put them in the air fryer. There's a lot of cool things you can do with them. Sauteing is not a bad thing. If you're trying to stay away from oil, I get that. And sometimes you just do want to make sure that you're using the right kind of oil. So we're just going to use a little bit of olive oil on a pan that's not too hot. I turned it on just on low to warm up. So that way when I throw the stuff in, it's ready. Oh, look at this pretty cauliflower. So we're doing the same thing. We're breaking it apart. When I have the great big pieces like this one, that's when I'll kind of cut it down the middle. Or if they're really big, I'll quarter them so that you want them to cook evenly. I'm going to leave these Romanescos the way they are because I just think they're so pretty with their they look like little trees. Okay, so I have a nice warm pan. I'm just going to put a drizzle of olive oil. And let's turn it on a little. First thing we're going to do, my little garlic container here, is get some fresh garlic. Now, there's two things you can do. First of all, if you want, you could get a bowl, like my trash bowl back there, and you could put these all in there, and you could toss them with a little teeny bit of olive oil, put them on a pan, sprinkle them with a little salt and pepper, sprinkle them with maybe a little garlic powder. I love a good granulated garlic is way better than the garlic powder. Garlic powder clumps, granulated kind of sprinkles better. Anyway, you can do that, and then just roast them in the oven. Or we're going to saute them though. We're going to use fresh garlic. You can also use, if you're in a pinch, you can use garlic granule. I was about to say garlic powder. I just said don't use garlic powder. You can use some granulated garlic if you like. And give them a smash. Because then, if you cut the root end off, you just hold the tip and all the skin comes right off. I'm going to use 3 nice sized heads of garlic. Now, if you want, you can throw them in, let them flavor the oil. But I do actually like garlic, so I'm just going to rough chop them, cut them long ways, and then just kind of cut them up here. And try to keep them, kind of even. All right. So, I love that sound. At least it's not like when I made those castagnoli the other day and burnt the heck out of them because the oil was too hot. All right. So, I just need a smidge more oil. I didn't really put too much in. And I got a piece of skin in there. Picking it out. All right, keeping this on low. As these are already just starting, as soon as they start to get lightly golden, that's when you want to throw your stuff in so it kind of slows down the rest because it gets colder. Ha-ha. So they're all, first thing I do is move them all around and toss them in the oil that's in the pan. And if I really didn't put much oil in here, so I am going to put a little more. But I want them to all be oiled just enough. All told, I was probably 2, maybe 3 tablespoons. I don't think so. Just enough to fully, gently coat everything. All right. Now, you go behind me, get my goodies. So, I always like to sprinkle everything with a little bit of black pepper because I like black pepper. Not everybody does, but I do. And then, of course, a little bit of sea salt. Not too much. Once I toss it, I may add a smidge more. You see, the key to getting the whole thing oiled is that it, gets everything, first of all, flavored by the garlic in the bottom, as well as it makes it sticky, so when I do salt and pepper it, it kind of sticks really nice. Now, when you have something like this, it's a hard and dense vegetable. Now, some people like them really crunchy, really crispy, crunchy, and some people like them a little softer. You don't want to overcook them. So it's really important you don't overcook. So what you do is, if you want this to cook up a little faster, just for a minute, turn the heat higher. Put a little teeny bit of water in. Boom. All right. You do that, and they steam a little bit. It's not like regular steaming, because regular steaming can be really bland, but it is good to have this at, this little trick on the side, and it gets things going. It's really good when you're cooking, like, say, leafy greens that have thicker stems. A lot of people cut all the stems off the kale, but there's a lot of vitamins in the stems. Same thing with the broccoli rabe. So what you do is you leave the stems in, you jiggle them to the bottom, and you put just a little water in, steam them just for a minute, and everything's good. But of course, do not do it too long, because you don't want them to get mushy. As soon as your vegetables start to lose their color, now of course you can't count that with cauliflower, because it doesn't have any color, but any vegetable that you're sauteing or cooking in any way, shape, or form, if you start losing the color and starts getting that ashy kind of pale color, look at this. They're getting a nice little sear on them, nice little golden. Ooh, they got that garlic flavor. And look how pretty that is. I mean, come on. These things are beautiful. So, what you do is, well, here's a trick. Sometimes when you're kind of like, just want something really flavorful and garlicky and crispy, you toss these things in olive oil. Then you toss lots of salt, pepper, and then the garlic powder, and then you get a really hot pan, and you kind of almost sear them, and that garlic powder is really stuck to them. It makes like this little crust. It is so good. That's just another way. This way is really good too. Mmm. Yum. And you smell it. Oh, so much for that. I'm trying to put it in my mouth. I dropped it. Mmm. Still got some crunch to it. If you like crunchy, they're perfect as they are. If you like them just a smidge more, then what you do is now you take those bigger pieces and you make sure that that fat side is down on the bottom of the pan. So I do a little rearranging. Oh my God, that was good. This is off now, it's still sizzling. As I'm taking these out, if you want to take the small ones out first, you know, let the other ones cook that extra second on the hot pan, you can do that. Again, this is purely how long you want it to be. You can cook it longer, you can cook it... If I went longer on this, I would go just a little longer. But I like them kind of like this. So of course, what do? I put the cauliflower on the bottom because I love... Now I'm going to turn these Romanescos up. Look at how pretty they are. And we've got this beautiful bowl of beautiful veggies. Aren't they gorgeous? And, you know, a little teeny piece right here. It was one of those little teeny points from the Romanesco. Anyway, so I urge you guys to try this. Honey, you want a piece? Come and get it. Come on. Come on.
Stop.
Over here. Come say hi.
Hello.
Simple goodness. This is a side dish for us today, and we're going to have this as part of our lunch. I urge you guys to try some of these new vegetables that you've never had before, and you know, see what you think. If you like broccoli and you like cauliflower, you'll like Romanesco. If you don't like any of them, try cooking them this way, and you'll like them too. There you go. Okay, love you. He's giving me the. Here, wait. Hey, hon. Salute. Okay.
So.
Very nice. Okay, so make sure you cook vegetables with your dinner tonight. Make sure you bring your family to the table. If you get a chance, make some dessert. Keep them there a little longer, but don't eat in front of the TV. Okay? That's bossy mom under here. You know, bossy mom telling you what to do. This is Doreena's Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook, and I'm an Italian mother telling you how to live your life the right way. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you next time. Ciao.